Welcome back. Today on video, I'm going to try to play my first rapid game of 2024. Now for you, it's been several days since I put up my video on what I'm going to do to get better, but for me, that was just yesterday, and I've just responded to some of those comments. I do appreciate all the comments, even if I don't think I can implement some of the stuff that you guys said, but I appreciate the effort that you put in to looking at my games and giving me advice. If you're new to my channel, I'm not a chess coach or a titled player. I'm just a random person trying to get better at chess. And whether you're new or not, try to keep in mind that neither chess nor YouTube is my job. This is just a hobby that I can spend a few minutes a day on, sometimes up to an hour, and that includes the time it takes to edit these videos. So I am going to do my best. I'm going to switch over to the gameplay screen now. As always, when I'm on camera and I haven't clicked play yet, I don't know what I'm going to get. I don't know which color I'm going to get or what kind of opening my opponent is going to play. I'm just going to try to roll with it as it happens. I'm going to try to keep in mind the stuff that I put in that video on the things I'm going to do better. Like I'm going to try not to hang a piece, for example. I'm going to try to take a little bit more time, unless I'm down on time, and in which case I have to move faster. Let's just go and see what happens. Play. All right, I will get the black pieces, and we are going to play a Caro-Kann defense. We're going to get, I believe that's, yeah, the Hillbilly Attack. Okay, I'm pretty sure I play d5 here. They usually take, and I take back. Okay, and then sometimes they check here, but sometimes they pull back. Okay, they pulled back in this case. I think I can go ahead and get this knight out. I don't face the Hillbilly Attack that often, but I face it enough to know what it's called. And now the question is, do I try to get this bishop out, or do I go ahead and block it in? I think as long as this bishop is hanging around over here, I want to leave my light squared bishop there. But you know what? I do want to get my dark squared bishop out and castle. You know what? I'm just going to play this move in case they do try the check. I can block with the pawn, and then I can get this guy out here. If they come after it, I'll drop it back. They haven't come after it yet. I am going to go ahead and play this pawn though, so if they come after it with the knight, I can drop it back, and then I can play e6 now and get this pawn out. Okay, we have both developed most of our minor pieces. Well, I've developed half of mine. Here comes one, and then now I can castle unless they check, in which case I will block with the pawn. But usually that's what that bishop's doing over there, so they're coming after the bishop. That's why I moved this pawn, my h pawn, so I could come back. I'm pretty sure that's okay. Already my opponent has a 30-second time advantage. Oops, I'm pretty sure I'm going to block that this way, and if they take with the knight, which I did have an opponent do, I can just take back. They did not. Okay. I think I want to get my queen off the back rank, but then where do I want to put my knight? Over there on d7? I like having the queen lined up with this bishop through here, but I think they'll just put their knight back and guard that spot. Let's go ahead and... Or you know what? I can put the queen here and then later have my knight aimed at that pawn as well. Either way, I don't think it's in danger here. They might try to defend that pawn with the bishop or get the knight out of the way and push their c-pawn. Oh, and I need to castle too. That was the whole point of me coming over here. I mean, that was the whole point of me getting this out. Yeah, I almost forgot to castle. What are they doing? Okay. Not sure where that pawn is going. It's not coming oh, it's giving the bishop a chance to get away. Okay. Well, then I'm going to castle. I don't think I'm in grave danger here yet. Okay, they have defended this pawn. That's okay. I do need to get this knight out, and the question is which one of those two squares should I put it on? I think I like this one because it defends the e-pawn push. I still have a way for my queen to get out if I need to. They've added another defender to that pawn, but no defenders to this square. Should I push now? I have two pieces defending e5, or should I take the open file with the rook? Wait. Where's that going? Just in case. I guess I'm not worried about that. If they put the bishop there, I'm happy to trade, I guess. Yeah, let's put the rook on the open file, and now I have two pieces aimed there, the bishop and the rook. Oh, they've moved it. No? Okay, I kind of thought that they would. Okay, is it time to break open the center? No, I don't think so, because once I move my e-pawn, my d-pawn is only defended by this knight, right? If they take and I take back, they'll have two pieces pointed at my d-pawn. Does my d-pawn need another defender? I think maybe it does. Maybe. I'm not sure. Oh, they've removed one of the possible attackers of this pawn and decided to trade off light squared bishops. I don't know why I shouldn't trade off the light squared bishops right now, but they've left this knight over here. That's because I'm not attacking it, I guess. They can't really do anything. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take. Wow, am I really down almost 3 minutes? I don't think they can get in there just yet, but that looks dangerous, doesn't it? I don't know what I can do about that. I guess I can push, and when I take with the knight, I can bring this knight back this way. I can put this knight there for now and then buttress it in. Oh, but they can just push their f-pawn. I'd like to get a, you know what, I want to get another knight over there somehow. Let's do this, and I'll bring this knight back. And yeah, I'm down 3 minutes. Wow, okay, they're aiming for that pawn for sure. Can defend it this way, but they could sacrifice a piece for it, and then they'll get a check. And then what do I do? Right now it's defended, you know, if they take and I take, and then they can't quite check just yet. I'm going to go ahead and put this knight here. I'm using more time than my opponent, so I don't feel too bad about that, but I'm definitely noticing that I'm down on time. So far, I have not hung any pieces, so that's good, I guess. They're trying to determine whether or not they should trade a piece for it. They decided that they should, and then they took there. That's not a check, is it? Not yet. That's a check. I guess I shouldn't be worried about that yet. I'm going to put this knight here and bring this bishop down, maybe, and now my queen is helping to guard that pawn. My opponent has given up a piece for 2 pawns and some sort of attack here. I don't know if they have enough pieces ready for this attack, but they might, because I'm pretty bad at once I'm castled, and my opponents seem to know how to break that open. And that's why for years I didn't castle. And by years, I mean before I started this, whenever I did play a casual game, I didn't castle because it seemed like they could just break it open. Even after I started playing on chess.com. Oh, wow, sorry, I was talking. I didn't even realize they had moved. Good grief. I'm going to go here and threaten their queen. Assume they'll check me, and then I'll come in. But yeah, even after I got on chess.com, and I think even after I started this channel, I was pretty reluctant to castle. They did not. I thought they were going to go here and check me, but I would have won it with the knight. Okay. Let's bring a queen to the party, maybe. And this is why I was very reluctant to castle. Okay, I shouldn't be worried about that, should I? Or should I? Oh yeah, that's mate. No, it's not. That's not mate. Well, then I'm not worried about it. I'm gonna put my bishop here. I don't think that's mate. I guess they can bring another knight. They haven't brought in any of their rooks yet. Brought in? That's not a word. Oh, they did take it. Okay, take there, and then we're gonna trade queens, maybe? Oh, they don't want to trade queens. All right. I want to trade queens. I'm pretty sure that's what I want to do. Let's see if they want to trade queens. I don't think they brought quite enough for that checkmating attack, but they definitely got my king opened up. Give my queen a place to hide here in a second. And for all I know, I'm going to have to walk my king around this way. Okay, they're bringing the knight. Wait, their knight can't attack me. Why did they bring the knight? I don't know. I can bring my knight, but I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I can bring this or this. Let's put this here, just in case. Oh, wait, I just realized they might be thinking about that. That's okay, though. I was going to drop my queen back. I think that's okay. That pawn is defended, right? Yeah, the pawn they just aimed at. No, oh, no. Ooh, wow, that's bad, because then they would put their knight there. What about here? Let's go here. I'm down to 2 minutes. Oh, that's good grief. Well, nobody can complain that I took too much time in this game. Oh, they're going to double up the rooks on that. Okay. I can also double the rooks on that. But I'm going to attack their queen, and I have to move faster because my opponent has all the time in the world somehow. Oh, they did that. Okay. Let's go ahead and put a rook here, I guess. They are doubling up on it. Okay. It's really well defended, I think. But yeah, I have to move faster. Sometimes I feel like the chess.com server is taking my time away. But when I look at the video later, it's always fair. Close enough. Yeah, I'm almost thinking I should probably run my king over to this side, but I don't know. They can probably get in somehow. Well, fortunately for my opponent, I left them a lot of time to think about this. Do I want to sacrifice the knight now? I don't think I do, but I'm out of time. I have no idea what to do. I'm going to do it and see what happens. Yeah, they did trade for the knight, but now those rooks aren't coming through there. That's for sure. Well, that's a check. I can block with that, and we'll offer a queen trade. Do you want a queen trade now? You didn't earlier. Oh, they went over there. They do not want a queen trade. Okay, let's just go ahead and get an extra defender here so we can just take all the pieces. How are they going to get that one around? That's what I want to know. And I am now going to move my king so I can move the bishop if I need to. It is still helping to defend there after these two folks. Also, I can just move it now, I think. But yeah, I'm down to 2 minutes. I got to keep that in mind. I don't think they were going to try that. I hope they do, but we'll find out. I don't think that's what they're going to do. They're maybe going to push a pawn at this point. That might be what they do now. And then hope I'll take and then put a rook there, but I don't know that I will take. I'll have to decide. I just realized that's what they were thinking of. They did do that. Okay. Well, I guess I have to leave it there then. You know what? Do this. Oh, they did take. Okay, I'm going to take that rook. And then, too bad I don't have another rook here, but I'm going to have to offer queen trade again. Oops. I'll have to take this way, obviously. They move the rook over. What am I going to do? Oh, if they move the rook over, I have no idea. What am I going to do then? Guess drop this one down? No, that undefends this pawn. I don't know. They move the rook over. You know what? I still have 2 defenders there. I'm okay. Let's see what they do. See what they do. It's going to be one of these, isn't it? Wait, I have a whole extra rook now, but they have extra pawns. Yeah, because I don't have any pawns around my king. Okay. Well, good job, guy. You're holding it together right over here. My extra rook. He doesn't feel important because he's hidden over there in the background, but he is helping. Oh, they did that. Right. I don't think they can check me now. Well, not safely. They're going to go there, aiming to come through here. Sneaky. Let's not let them do that. And then maybe I can kind of do something like this. Oh, no, they're going to push that pawn, maybe? Or are they going to take? Oh, they pushed it. I guessed it. I'm going to go ahead and bring this guy here so I can sneak my king around this way and the rook will be defended. Because I was worried that it wasn't defended over there. But it's defended now. And I know that they can check me when I do that, but then I'll just get out of check. Then they're going to start throwing pawns. But I've got to get this rook over here. Wait, what, is that going over there? Okay. I was going to do this. They're going to check me. I'm going to move out of check. I'm going to line up my rook, and I only got 90 seconds left. And I'm going to try to checkmate him down there, or trade off that queen, and then pick up pawns. But I got to do it fast. Yeah, they're feeling rich right now with all that extra time they have. You know, good job for them for making it this difficult for me and making me think. But again, I was trying not to hang pieces. I was trying to take the pieces that my opponent offered, like that rook for the bishop. I think that's my best move here. They might try to push a pawn all of a sudden. Well, they did. Wow, I'm getting really good at guessing this. Now what are they going to do? I think I will take that trade. I think they went back there. Okay, I'm going to check. And then I'm going to win their queen I'm going to win their queen for a rook. Oh, wow. I think if I was my opponent at this point with the time differential, I worked the time differential down to only 50 seconds. But, you know, who knows? I might have run out. Fortunately, I think I was speeding up there near the end. All right, let's run the game review and see how bad it was. It looks like that does fit well enough on the screen. The eval bar is barely showing up at the left. I was ahead the whole time except for a couple of spikes right there where I brought it back to even. I did have 2 blunders. I'm guessing it was those 2. But yeah, I had no idea I was ahead the whole time. I thought during all of that, I thought I was behind. Yeah, I'm getting pretty bad at evaluating positions. What I was trying to say about castling in the middle of the game, and I shouldn't have been talking about that, but I have a fear of castling because very often, I guess people, you know, are really good at breaking open castled kings, or maybe they watch videos. I think I've seen a couple of videos where they're like, how to attack the castled king. So either my opponents, some of them, have figured that out for themselves, or they've watched those videos and practiced it, and I'll castle, and they'll just zoom, 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 and have knights and bishops and rooks all pointed there, and there's nothing I can do about it because my own pawns and knights are in the way, and I can't get my queen over there, and that's so I'm always hesitant to castle. And then you saw I delayed it here. Probably maybe too late, I don't know. My opponent only had 1 blunder and 1 mistake. It looks like their blunder was right around there, and then their mistake was right there. After my blunder, it came back down, and then the rest were misses, or no, that was a miss. That's a mistake. My mistake, and then that's their mistake near the end? Yeah, both times that I blundered and brought it back to even, my opponent immediately followed with a miss. And I know I have a problem with going through every move, but I'm just curious. What happened here? This part I know, and then they usually take and I take back. Usually I almost never see bishop to e2, which Stockfish very often says is best. Usually I see the bishop come there, and then I can block with my bishop, I can block with my knight, I can block with the knight over there that I never do. I also never block that check with my queen. But mostly what I see is the check and pulling back, and it says those are all fine. Okay, they went back. Okay, I was supposed to get my bishop out immediately. Yeah, that's fine. What do masters play here, just out of curiosity? Masters here play knight to f6 or knight to c6. One of these 2 moves. Did I play one of those 2 moves? I did. Okay, so I didn't play exactly like the engine, but I played like a master. Good for me. At move 4, I have opened like a master. I'm surprised that masters have played the Hillbilly Attack, but okay. My opponent played d4, which I expected. I see that a lot. And then, yeah, I was supposed to go ahead and get this knight out. But you know what? So often here, it also says I can just go ahead and put this bishop here. I don't know why I would put it on g4 when they can just play the pawn out. It says they would put the knight out. They might, but they could just put the pawn out. And then I have to, you know, I guess it induces them to move that pawn to a poor square. Okay, I can see that. I just was worried about this check, but oh, a6 is listed. Good for me. Okay. I'm sure we're out of book now. Yeah, no master has ever gotten into this position. Okay. And my opponent played one of their top 5 moves. I'm glad that I expanded this to 5 moves because sometimes there's 5 moves that are all about the same evaluation. And that's the case here. My opponent did not want my bishop or knight to go to g4. So now I'm supposed to get the bishop out to f5. I did that. Awesome for me. Knight to f3's I kind of expected at some point because they want a castle. Now I played h6 here for a couple of reasons. One, I didn't want a bishop or knight coming in here. And also, but see, in my case, it's different than their case. In my case, I wanted a place for this bishop to hide because I thought they were going to attack it. A lot of my opponents do that. That's why I put that there. Sometimes they attack with the pawn, sometimes they attack it with the knight. But now my bishop can drop back. My opponent castled, which was fine. We're still very close to even. Did I play e6 or I did not play queen to c7? I played e6, okay. And, ooh, knight to c3 is not one of those moves. But these are all really close to even, so there might be like 8 more that would have been just fine for white. I find that to be very common in Caro-Kann defenses. A lot of times there aren't as many moves that are good for black, and there's a bunch of moves that are good for white. In this case, we've both been having a lot of choices, so let's see what knight to c3 did for them. Okay, that was nearly an inaccuracy if I play bishop to d6, and I did, because I wanted to castle, and there aren't any other good places to put it. I didn't want to put it there, did I? It doesn't do anything from there, really. But here it patrols a long diagonal, you know, kind of looks at these squares. Knight to h4, they attacked my bishop. That wasn't one of their better moves, and of course I'm supposed to drop it back. Okay, so I'm doing fine here. And my opponent decided to check, even though they knew I could play b5. Oh, knight to... Oh, this would have been just as good. All right, well, the whole reason I pushed that a-pawn was in case that happened. So now we're getting up, we're past 0.5. Well, I think I wondered about that. I forgot to castle for a second. Also, I was delaying castling because they left this here. They still have a bishop that can come. So yeah, I was delaying castling, and I think on this turn I actually forgot about it. Okay, so that would have been fine too. Okay, so I was okay here, and queen to b6 was one of those moves. I just was curious about the way that I played this. Opening a3 is one of my opponent's moves. Okay, that gives their bishop a place to hide, and also in the future, I guess, prepares b5. Castling was one of my better moves. Bishop to e3 was a little less good for them. They needed to put this knight back or put this knight over here. I assume the reason they needed to put this knight back was to go in this way, or just to have it there, maybe, because I'm pointed at that. I talked about that, right? Oh, also, if they put the knight back, it guards here. But I think I said during the game that I expected them to block there or to defend there at some point, and they did. Knight b to d7 is fine for me. I'm getting close to -1. They never did bring that other bishop back, but they did put that knight back there, which is fine. Oh, rook to the c file was not good. It just brought this back and lined up, since they never put their knight back on f3. It's as if I had done that. They would have played c3. I would have played bishop to e4, which is here, to keep them from putting that knight back. But wouldn't they have just pushed a pawn? No, it says they would have put the knight back, and I would have just left it there. What was the point of this? I thought I didn't think about doing that, but just now when I saw it, I thought that that's what they would play, but apparently not. All right, so rook a to c8 wasn't, it was excellent? Well, it wasn't listed, but okay, so neither my opponent or I have made any mistakes or inaccuracies up to move 15. Wow. They did play c3, which was their top move. Queen to c7 was better for me to line up with the bishop. Okay, I should have known that. This was not as good, and we're back closer to even. Bishop to c2 is my opponent's best move, and I'm supposed to trade for it. I did. Obviously, they take back, and then rook f to e8 is what I played, but please show up. Nope. Queen to c7. Okay. Was it bad? It's not listed as inaccurate. It gets us pretty close to even, but then here my opponent played the first inaccuracy of the game. They needed to bring this back, or move this rook over, or move this rook over even further, or put that knight back there on, what? That's what it says, knight to c1, or g3. They didn't do any of those things. They did this, which they're attacking my castled king, and they're willing to give up a bishop for it. I should have played knight to e4 at this point. Oh, that would have attacked their queen. Okay, but then what would they have done? Nope, they changed their mind. Knight to b6. Where's b6? Over here? Well, that's a pretty slow way to attack the queen. They still would have taken my thing, right? Okay, I did that, thinking I might need a blockade over here. It's not. This is their blunder. Their only blunder of the game, by the way. And I'm supposed to play knight to e4. But taking the bishop is fine. That shouldn't have been a blunder. Look at that. Minus 0.2. to 1.3. I think that's a mistake, not a blunder, isn't it, by the normal counting? But maybe so. But okay, taking with the G-pawn has risen a little bit since the last time I looked there. Okay, so I don't feel too bad. Now that I took, they're supposed to take, and I'm supposed to play queen to e7 or knight 8 to h7. Oh, that's what I played. That's what I played. It took me 20 seconds to find that, so a little slower than Stockfish. Okay. They did finally take that knight back like they're supposed to, and I was supposed to... Whoa, Stockfish is having trouble. Queen to c7 again. King to h8. Queen to e7. Knight to e4. What does that do? I thought these knights were protecting each other. If that knight runs away, what? Why? What? Earlier I understood it, because earlier their queen was back there, but now what does that do at all? I have no idea. Oh, is it trying to keep their knight from coming in here? Maybe. I don't know. Okay. Well, I didn't play any of those. I brought this down to attack their queen. They're supposed to run away. They ran away to one of the squares that they can go to. Okay. So I did not know I was ahead here. Now I played queen to e7, which... Oh, it's there. It's there. Whoop, it dropped back down. Okay, it's one of my top moves. That's fine. Lines up with the queen. Knight to g5? No. That, it says it was good, but it helped my advantage, and I was just supposed to take it. But if I took it, they would take with check, and then I would just come toward the queen. All right. I thought I would not want to come toward the queen because I would need the knight to guard here. But I guess if I came toward the queen, my bishop could always block the check. Okay, but I probably wouldn't have. But I didn't take the knight, so it doesn't matter. I played bishop to g7, which is my third best move. That adds an extra layer here, and it keeps them from ever checking me. Well, not there, but here, probably, right? Yeah, my bishop would block the queen from checking me there. Now they are supposed to take my h7 knight, and they did, and I'm supposed to take back. Queen to g3 is their best move is to take my queen, but they didn't want to. They went back there. Queen to g5, that's what I played, right? Oh, where'd it go? It was there for a second. I should have just put the knight back. Okay, well, I just went out there. It was there for a second. They should have traded here too, but they didn't. I'm surprised it said they should have traded. The reason I wanted to trade is because their queen is the one that's attacking my guy. And my lady out here says she's throwing herself in front of the train to protect him, but they're dancing around here. They didn't want to. F5 was not good for me. That's inaccurate, but it takes us down. Maybe under -1, maybe just at -1. Oh, and they should have started breaking open over here or playing queen to d3 or queen to f4 or rook f to e1. They did not. They played this. And see, I wondered about that. Where is that going? Because it can't go anywhere. I realized a little too late that they were probably headed to h5 with it. Something like this. Maybe thinking about sacrificing for that bishop. Knight to f6 was my best move here. Oh, that would have stopped that, wouldn't it? But yeah, I didn't realize that's where they were going, so I did this. Supposed to put the f rook on e1, but they brought the other rook over, which is fine. I'm supposed to move my king or play queen to g6. I did play queen to g6. You saw that's where I almost went here, and they could have just forked me. They decided to barely lift the rook. I'm not sure why they just went up one, because I guess at that point they were aiming at this pawn. Knight to g5 is my best move. It attacks the queen. Their queen has to move. It should have gone to h5 to trade off. And it says I wouldn't have done it. It says I would have brought my king up there, and then they would have traded, and I would have taken back with my king. But instead they moved there, and I'm still supposed to bring my king up to help out just in case. Or bishop to e7. I don't know what that does. Wait, but that would block my rook from defending this pawn. Oh, but I already would have two other pieces defending the pawn. Okay. Oh, now it didn't say e to 7 anymore while I was talking. Now it says bishop to d8. Oh, maybe going this way. Okay. But rook to c6 is not in there. I thought they were aiming for this pawn with multiple pieces. I think at that point I didn't realize that my knight was also guarding it. They should have played h4, but they played their second best move, which was to line up there, and I'm supposed to... Okay, here's my blunder. I was supposed to play bishop to e7, bishop to d8, king to f7. No, sorry, that's not f7. King to f7 up here. Oh, that blocks a knight retreating square. I don't know about that. Rook to f8, knight to e4. But instead, I dropped back here, and that would have only worked if they took this pawn. Oh, wow. And I wouldn't have taken back because of all the firepower they have aimed down here. But they've already sacrificed a piece for 2 pawns over here. I think even if my opponent had seen that that's a possibility, they might have been really hesitant. If they had taken that, my best move would have been to go back. Well, I'm glad they didn't see it. Okay, brought that up. Knight to e4 is one of my moves. I wanted to trade off the knight. It's their best move to trade off, and my best move to take back with the... Oh, it's close. It's close. I didn't want to go this way because then this pawn starts pushing. Oh, it changed. Oh, it changed again. They're the same. Okay, thank you, Stockfish. Well, I did one of the same ones. Rook to g3 check was their best move. King to f8. Oh, king to f8 would have been better. Oh, I talked about running back around over there, but I thought I would do that. Queen to g4 is listed as one of their moves. All right. And here I messed up again. I should have played e5, or king to f8, or queen to c7, or queen to a7. I played the fifth best move, which is not in the same category as those. Why did I do that? Because I thought I was going to have to start defending a lot of defending over here. But that's only that bad if they play f3 now. And it says then I would have played e5. I probably wouldn't have. I don't think I would have seen that. But they did that. Now I have to play e5, but I didn't. I did that. Oh, it told me to do that a long time ago, and I forgot. But I just wanted to get out of this pin in case I needed to go around, you know, aiming at rooks and stuff. It did turn out that in just a little bit I needed to... Oh, a great move. It's a great move. I did aim at the rook. That makes me happy. I saw that. Okay. It's one of their moves to take the pawn, and it's my best move to take the rook and their best move to take back. And then I blundered again. All right. Again, I had to play e5. And then they would have taken here, which attacks this rook. Wait, that's what that says, right? No, it says they would have taken here, and I would have taken back with the rook. And then they wouldn't have taken this pawn because I would be... because their pawn would be pinned. Oh, think I understand that? And I shouldn't have had to worry about this because my rook's guarding that square. Okay. Well, or king to e8. I should have kept running with my king. All right. But instead I did that, which was a blunder, but only if they check here. I would have blocked with my rook. It says I would have moved my king, but I would have blocked with my rook. Would that have been really bad? Let's see. If they had checked here, we're in a variant now. Oh yeah, it definitely, it would have been horrible if I had checked here because of queen to b8. And then they win my rook. Okay, well, it's a good thing they didn't see that because I would have played that poorly. I don't know. Yeah, look how far down on time I was. I would have snapped blocked with the rook. And if they had done that intending to come down here, I would have been in big trouble. So I am glad that they missed that. They didn't play any of their top 5 moves. They checked me, and I'm supposed to block with the rook. I did. Okay. Okay, taking is one of their better moves. They did that, and I'm supposed to take with my queen. It's slightly better than taking with the king. I think here is where I started thinking I'd sure like to check there, but I need help from this rook, so I had to start bringing this rook back over here. Queen to g3 is one of their better moves. King to e7. Oh, I should have moved this now. Okay, well, I did not. I got ready to move it. They should have played e captures d5, but instead they pushed it forward, locking it up. That helped me a lot because rook to e8. Oh, I wasted a move. That's what it was. Yeah, I should have moved immediately and then put the rook over here. Yeah, that was a waste, but I'm still at -2 now. Queen to e3 is among their moves. King to e7. Nope. Wait, it says king to g7 is my best move. Well, I went this way for reasons known to me, and I think I said them during the video. Queen to g5 check. One of their okay moves, and that's where I intended to go because I wanted to line this rook up and go down through there. It sure helps to have an extra rook. They should have shoved a pawn forward now. No, that's what they did. They should have played queen to e3, king to h2, queen to g3, knowing what I'm about to do. So that was a blunder, or at least a mistake. I know it says it's good, but it took us from -2 point something to -5. Rook to f8 is not one of my best moves. I should have just gone down there now. Well, I thought I had to prepare for that. Okay. They had to play queen to f6. That's it. No, this is f6. I thought they might do that. I don't know if I said it or not, but I wondered if they would do that because of this pawn right here that's protecting that square. And I think I did say it because I said I would be okay with that trade. When they took back with the pawn, I would take the pawn, and then I think my king and rook would be able to stop those two, which is why I'm ahead, because that's their best move. They didn't make it. This allows the check on f1. Forced here. Rook to f2 is my best move. Okay. So it looks like I did okay with defending against their attack on my castled king. I could have done better, but I did okay. I didn't let it tear me apart like I do sometimes. And I think in this case, my opponent tried to do it because they gave away the bishop, so it's not part of the equation anymore. They tried to do it with knights and a queen. Actually, just a queen, right? After they gave up the bishop, the queen was the only thing attacking there. They tried to fiddle with that knight for a second, but it didn't have anywhere to go. Then they tried to do a rook lift, but I think some of their own pawns were in the way. Plus, I had that weird advanced pawn up here that was someplace that was protecting against some of that. Well, that's my synopsis here is that the opponent tried to attack before they were ready, and I used a bunch of my time to try to guess try to figure out what the best defense was. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting the channel. This is all the time that I have for today. I'm going to have to do the video editing on this at another time. Some video editing is better because I can do that little bits here and there. I can do 5 minutes here when I have 5 minutes, and I can do 20 minutes over there when I have 20 minutes. But making a video like this is, I need a block of time. I only have so many of those. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.